Hey, I'm Gunther, the Lock Doctor. I'm gonna help make your dreadlocks look great. On my channel, you'll see people's dreadlocks go from this to this. My goal is to help you with your dreadlock questions and problems. If your locks aren't looking the way you want them to, follow me on Instagram at the Lock Doctor and send me a message with a photo of your hair with the question that you have. After you do that, subscribe to my YouTube channel and I'll make a dedicated video just for you. Not only to help you, but to help thousands of others with the same questions. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram to ask any questions. And remember, stay patient. Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to Untitled Greatlocs. I'm Gunther the Great, and today we're going to be taking a look at Wiz Khalifa's dreadlocks. I feel like this video has been long awaited. I can't really think back far enough to remember if I've created a video on him before, but to be honest, I don't think I have. So here's today's video. But before we get into it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new and you want to see dreadlock reviews of your favorite celebrities. But guys, I wanted to start out with this photo right here of way back when. So this is before he got the dreadlocks, and this isn't actually too far before he got his dreadlocks. But with this photo, it's very easy to see what his hair type is because the hair type actually indicates what method this person chose in order to get the dreadlocks. Now, obviously we're able to see kind of the process of Wiz Khalifa's dreadlocks, so we already know what method he chose in order to get them, but it just helps for you to figure out what you want to do with your dreadlocks and what method to choose in order to move forward. But looking at this, we're able to see that he is a 4B hair type. Now this is a very popular hair type for dreadlocks, and the reason being is because it's one of the most suitable hair types for dreadlocks. So let me explain. If you have a 1 hair type, which is completely straight hair, or if you have anything from a 1 all the way to, I would say, even a 3A, the hair is typically a little bit harder to lock up than if your hair was a 3B all the way to a 4C. I would even say that 3B hair is a little bit tough to lock up as well. The reason being is because the curl pattern isn't as tight. Now, why is the curl pattern important? It's because dreadlocks are essentially very tight curls combined together, or in other words, tangled together. That's why when you see people doing the instant locking method, essentially you're just changing your hair type. So if you take straight hair and you're using the crochet hook, you're pulling that hair into a different hair type or a different hair pattern. So if you take straight hair and you're pulling a crochet hook, it's bending the hair, allowing it to lock in and intertwine and combine into other hair around it. So that's just a little tip for you guys. But shortly after he had the afro, we see him get into the dreadlocks. Now, just because we saw the progression of Wiz Khalifa's hair, we did see that he started out doing the twisting with gel method, which is perfect for his hair type. Because his hair is easy to lock up, he can do a hard to lock method. So I feel like there is different types of methods. There's hard to lock methods, and then there's methods that are very easy and quick to lock. Now, twisting with gel is the method that takes the longest for the hair to actually progress into fully mature dreadlocks, because you're allowing the hair to lock up on its own essentially. Obviously, you are helping it along by twisting it into sections and promoting those sections to turn into dreadlocks. But the polar opposite of twisting with gel would be crochet hooking, because you can instantly lock up your hair within less than 24 hours. I've done it myself on a full head of dreadlocks in less than 5 hours. And I think I've done dreadlocks on myself in less than 3 hours. And that was with the high top fade, so it was less dreadlocks. But you can see how doing an instant locking method can get you dreadlocks in less than a day versus doing twisting with gel. Because if you guys are following my journey on my main channel, Gunther the Great, you would see that I started my new set of dreadlocks a little over 2 months ago, and I'm still waiting for them to initially lock, because twisting with gel actually takes some time. My hair type is about a 3C, so it's going to take some time. And we've seen that with Wiz Khalifa as well, because even in this picture, we see that his dreadlocks aren't even completely mature. And one thing that you will notice is that we see some interlocking done down by the tips of his dreadlocks, which that's one thing that I just noticed by doing this review, because I always thought this whole time that he just did twisting with gel. But the interlocking didn't take place until a little bit after he started his dreadlocks with twisting with gel. Now, interlocking is a very effective method, but it does show. It makes your dreadlocks look as almost as if it's braided, but it can help by using the crochet hook after doing interlocking to make it look more uniform versus looking like it actually is interlocked. But there are ways to actually properly interlock to make it look like it's not braided And if you guys want to learn more about that, you can actually join the Greatlocs Masterclass. It's where I teach you how to do interlocking and crochet hooking and instantly lock up your hair in less than 5 hours. And not only that, you're able to see the maintenance and the preparation work in order to get to that step. One thing that was very interesting to see with Wiz Khalifa is the purple dreadlocks. But one thing you will notice is that all of his dreadlocks are very different lengths. I'm not sure if he did this on purpose or some of the dreadlocks were breaking off or what happened, but a lot of them are all different sizes. The ones in the back are very long, the bangs are very short, there's some around his ears that are very long. We've actually seen this before with Sway Lee. Now obviously Sway Lee's were more uniform because just his bangs were short and the back was very long. But with Wiz Khalifa, it's like they're all very different sizes. And believe it or not, this is actually very popular. Not only will they fall out and break, but some people actually trim their dreadlocks. Like a great example is Lil Pump, because he actually trims his dreadlocks and then he'll reinstall those dreadlocks somewhere else. So it's very interesting to see. But with Wiz Khalifa, it could be that his dreadlocks just got a little too thin and then they broke off, or they got too thin and then they just cut them because they didn't want them to break off. Now, believe it or not, there's actually ways to prevent your dreadlocks from falling out if they are thinning out. Now, if the root is getting thin, that's going to be tough because you're going to want to combine that to a dreadlock that is thick next to it. But say it's thin somewhere down the middle, then that's easily repaired with adding an extra hair, can be synthetic or real hair, because it's only going to be a little bit, but you're just going to add hair to that section. And then you crochet hook it all together. And it's very simple to do. But after he did the purple dreadlocks, we seen him go back to the blonde. And one thing that you will notice about Wiz Khalifa's dreadlocks is that they seemed healthy all the way through it, and they still are very healthy. And the reason being is because he didn't dye his dreadlocks as much as we see other people like Lil Pump, Lil Uzi Vert, all these people that dye their dreadlocks a lot. And that's just a good pointer for yourself as well. Like if you plan on dyeing your hair or you plan on bleaching it, pick something that you can stay committed to so that you can stick with it. And like I said about his dreadlocks being healthy in this photo right here, we see that all of his hair looks very uniform. All of it looks about the same size. And with the 2-strand twist, it just makes his hair look a whole lot better. And with this photo right here, it's easy to tell that he actually does trim the lengths to maintain the length, because by now his dreadlocks should have been way longer than what they appear in this photo. And this is actually one of his most recent photos, and it is pulled up, and I just think it's really cool because his hair is in 2-strand twists and it's pulled up into a bun. And I feel like it's just a very different style than that we're seeing with Wiz Khalifa now versus how his hair was during the locking process. But I can say this is that his dreadlocks are very healthy and they're all very uniform. And seeing his dreadlocks now, I don't believe that he was going to go back into dyeing his hair just because of how healthy his hair is. And if he were to do anything to it, I'm sure he would just cut it and restart, if that. But I feel like he's very comfortable with the dreadlocks that he has now. And I think that's one thing to take, is that be comfortable with the dreadlocks that you have now and just learn to like them. Whatever stage you're in, learn to like them. But guys, that's Wiz Khalifa's dreadlocks. It was a long awaited video, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you learned a lot, make sure to comment down below what you learned new. Also comment down below who you'd like to see next. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.